Come out, Captain Captain. Captain, it is only a matter of time until we die by swamp.
The Triacula is upon us. Captain, I hope I do not need to explain how dangerous it is that the building is shaking so wildly and consistently.
It's kind of like a miracle that it hasn't already fallen down.
The castle's been vibrating for hours. And so he died. That's a powerful triangle.
He harnesses the power of geometry. Two triangles.
6 whole vertices.
I am sad!
Shout it to the heavens.
5 exclamation marks.
Gonna screenshot that.
Oh, you're going to have to GIF it, won't you? Because how else are you going to capture his, shuffle in place?
Such a sad man.
Captain, I'm so sorry you're sad.
And now it's raining. We must always fight fairly, with honor, he says as he boards his horrific crab monster.
There's nothing more honorable than horrific crab monsters.
Than a poison-breathing crab monster.
It's the most mighty of all mounts. There's nothing dishonorable about crime, especially ones against nature.
Yeah, unless you're grinding side quests, there aren't a whole lot of times when it's particularly worthwhile to buy shop goods.
Ah, you can engulf yourself in burning, and that is a powerful robe.
Horrible burdens. Alright, hello, Morbid. Yeah, Thunder drives Valatoria, so let's feed you some halberds. And he likes the halberds. Don't want you getting too fragile, so here's some flame vests.
He really is just a pair with wings and coated in eyes. But also butted two of them.
Get your love under control.
Bert, you're gorgeous.
Morbird's more of a colony than a single organism.
It is
Power
a
of
family
symbiosis.
monster. It is a family monster. Every part of it is a part of its family.
And that family's growing every day. Got a bunch of regular acts to spread around. You're beautiful, Morb. Temporarily into basic Uni. Take your medicine. Herb.
Ah, and Aspidodon, of course. Ah, Okay.
Yeah, he just changes with the seasons. That's correct for you.
He's a Deboahan now. Alright. Deboahan and Aspidrodon. What the hell do those even mean?
They're just noises. Sometimes words are just words.
Yep.
All means curb.
Neither of those exist, so yeah.
A mighty Goyle.
Ooh. Ah, he's a max fire. Nice.
Most warm. I'm just continuing to shore up those other elements. Do I have any neutral or warm light armor? I do. There, I have some weather. Haven't been raising much dex on these guys. Tank must be carefully regulated. I think he's good for the most part. Maybe. This. And this. Perfect. Safe. Start to run down our mushroom supply. Silk Grove, push you up to life 60. One of each elemental weapon. Maintain a mighty Dave. And nudge the fire and ice up to 30. An important part of military strategy is feeding all of your garbage into these hell beasts. Out of lightning food. Temporary cluster of uni. Even when he's melted, he has necks everywhere. I think that's a good spread for now. Let's go.
Alright.
Teams will be deploying over here.
Ah, you do fight the wizard.
Lestat and his Grumples.
That... The minions of a Dracula are traditionally called the Grumple. Ah, also
Vast
the
armies of
murderers.
Grumple. Grumples and murderers. Oh yes, convenient snappable bridge. I think I will destroy that bridge and have everybody push north. That looks like one that we could close to open up a path. Although it doesn't look like there's any way to then proceed on from there, so who knows. Maybe the little floodgates don't do anything in particular. Oh, remove that river. Play it by ear. Have to move a little closer to drop the bridge. Good stuff.
Your wizard task: destroy this bridge.
Yep, just get everybody else to group up and move on.
They're aggressively doing nothing.
Yep. Power idling. I'm waiting for a shocking twist. On paper, this looks too easy. Last one that looked too easy had a twist.
They also kind of warned you ahead of time that these guys fight dirty. So you gotta wonder what the fighting dirty is, right?
Maybe there's a moral choice. Maybe it's a Joker scenario and all these murderers and Grumples are actually civilians who've been dressed up in enemy uniforms.
I mean, there's that closed floodgate that all of the units are conspicuously standing on, except for the Triacula.
And several turns that we're going to spend just kind of walking across the map. Okay, that floodgate works as a bridge.
Earth hit just sounds like you throw stones at a guy. Just throw a rock at it.
Big rock, fast rock. Whatever you'd like. Okay, standing on that floodgate cuts off the river.
Hank got very thirsty.
Hank, please. It's not
The
ours.
water just keeps going into it. There's no end to them.
Hank, stop this.
Ugh,
You've
have
made
to
a
say
terrible
that
mistake.
It depends entirely on the use of the vampire and the work that the vampire is in. There's an entertainingly thorough Wikipedia page about this, where it lists both the powers and weaknesses of all vampires across fiction. And it gives examples of each.
The comprehensive
stuff
list
like
of all forms of vampire.
It counts stuff like Count Chocula. It rules.
Alright, murderers. It's actually a new sprite. The overworld thing, I was expecting them to be a new recolor of the regular sword dudes. But no, new continent, new guys.
Oh wow, a level 6 bomb actually hurts Andrew. Oh.
Escalation. Exorcism!
I don't think that works on the dragons.
He just tried to excise my curb. Now we're talking. Just dance for dancing's sake.
It gets your squad experience, so may as well.
Get into range. Yeah, there we go. That'll finish them. Unless their wizards absorb Earth.
Ah, that is probably most likely why they are Master Magi. What? Hello, stream. It's me, your boy, Dictron. I've got food. I'm thankfully using push attack, so you don't have to hear me devour the food. Adding to the list of weaknesses the vampire has depends on the region that the vampire is from. For example, Japanese vampires are also weak to holly branches and beans, because they're conflated with oni. It rules. Help me.
The drenching.
Looks like that just does like a flat percentage of their health.
Yeah, just a very sizable pile of damage.
Of interesting numbers, too. Huh.
Alright, now get the gang together and finish the job. They've been struck by a powerful dampness. And of course they have health wizards down there, by which to recover.
There's only so many grumples that they can heal, though.
Yes, we still come out ahead. Gonna bombard the hell out of these grumples. Honorable poison gas.
Look, the poison might not be honorable, but the dragon itself is. Okay? That's how it works.
Hank's honor is without question.
Buddy, throwing a rock at your skull is natural. That doesn't mean it's not dirty. Also, there's
Nature's
nothing
all
natural
about
about Hank.
being dirty. And yeah, nature and Hank do not belong in the same paragraph.
Yeah.
Possibly the same essay.
When you get down to it, they really should not be anywhere close to each other. Like, nature has a restraining order on Hank.
That's how he can fly.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have wings.
I have to be sure to see at least one Grumple up close. Yeah, these Master Magi are definitely Earth flavor. Let us confront the Grumple.
Oh wow, Grumples are gorgeous.
Grumples have elements.
Huh.
Interesting. A refreshing blast of Hank.
For the SNES, the sprite work in this game is top-notch. It's true. It's kind of funny that they managed to pretty much figure out relatively animated sprites with the portrait-level quality just at the very, very end of the lifespan of the SNES.
There is probably an effects chip inside of your physical cartridge of Lagoon.
Possibly.
Because like a great part of how they're achieving it is by the technique where you take the sprite and break it down into segments and rotate and swivel and otherwise manipulate them individually.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it probably has a chip in there to make it so it can display more sprites on screen at once. It also definitely has one for the music. Or the same one that they put into Romancing Saga.
So yes, Grumples have the gimmick of potentially being one of any three elements. At least three I've seen so far. And so you want to circumvent those elements or risk running into some absorption. Fortunately, we have a healthy supply of Quakes.
How enjoyable the Saga games depends entirely based on your ability to comprehend them. The Saga games pretty much take the, everything you've learned about RPGs in general from other video games and says, fuck that, and just uses its own set of rules. It's also they're also legendary for just not telling you how they work, which is a problem. Yes. But yeah,
they expect you to deduce how they work while in motion.
I mean, that has a charm to itself, but
they are yours.
It gets really intense in some of the games. Romancing Saga 3 is probably the most arcane bullshit of any video game you will ever see. The Saga games didn't really get translated until, the very latest ones, I think. Yeah, because they're also, actually relatively open, non-linear. so you can do a lot of things in any order you want. Romancing Saga 3 is the one I'm most familiar with, and Romancing Saga 3 you can pretty much do in any order you want. That entire game is basically wide open.
Alright, we have depleted the enemy front line, leaving only a juicy core of wizards.
There's also this sub-game in Romancing Saga 3 where you're trying to become the most powerful capitalist in the world. So you end up, becoming a market, a market holder, pretty much. And then Hell shows up, and then you have to beat Hell at capitalism, and it's really hard to do that. That's not a joke. That actually happens.
Not a joke. Capitalism is real.
It's non-linear in the sense that you're thrown into the start of a world, and then there's a whole bunch of things that you can do however you want. And the difficulty is schizophrenic to begin with, so there's not really a preferred path. But enough about Saga. Bahamut, Lagoon, and a Triacula.
I really want to stand someone where Netcourse is right now. That'd be a pretty good firing position for some sorcery. I guess I can settle for the summon here. Everyone else will have to push down the hill.
Bahamut Lagoon was not released stateside, period. This is a DJAP translation back from 2002. And it was relatively popular when it was released. It's actually most notable for having probably the least liked protagonist characters from any Square game. People do not like either Buu or Yo-Yo.
Good work, Dave.
That's a spoiler, so I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, try to extract more poison from this guy. Hard for a character not to be bland when they don't have any direct dialogue. Silence is boring. Usually. It can be used effectively, but... JRPG? Nah. Not at all.
the two cure wizards are the only ones left alive, aside from the Dracula, it looks like.
Oh, Hank entered Dracula range.
Oh dear. He is attacked by triangles.
He's attacked by laughing. You alright over there? Guess so. You fucked up, Necklace. Sorry, but your plan was not particularly well thought through. All your work undone, Necklace. Yeah, do not enter close combat against Cure Mages unless you are sure you can destroy them in your one round.
Because the Cure Mages are very good at curing. They're exceptionally good at it.
Yeah, just dance. Final back here. There's no one particularly damaged right now. We can just charge.
You blew up that tree. It's like one of the very few trees that grow here on this continent that is flying through the air.
Yep. Casualty of war. Alright, it's looking like we have this under control. Because now we'll just inspire these Cure Mages out of the way. And that will just leave Grumples and Lestat. Ah, I see you also make bad decisions.
You know, on the list of things I would like to not be hit by, an axe coated in poison is probably one of the things at the top of the list.
Okay, that's a status effect move, the Triacula.
Oh, yeah, it's a triangle. Square games always use triangles for petrification.
Yep, down to stone. Gotta reposition Hank. There you go. Okay, so neither of his Grumples is ice. Let's go.
Let's grump. On his grump.
One of his Grumples is lightning, so the other is fire. Ah, he has a different laugh for close combat, where he seems to be much less dangerous. Then again, that was also an attack against one of our tougher dragons. He might be able to poke for more damage on a human. Gunso, stop that. Yep, this first round has been quite easy. But, per the precedents set by Zomberg, this will not be our only battle. I would hope. Was not particularly helpful, Morbert. I cannot get in close. Too many dragons. Multi-target left. Much more dangerous. Would be much more dangerous if I did not also have multi-target status cure. Congratulations on wasting one character's time. Dragons really want a piece of this guy.
I love the wizard squad's enormous numbers everywhere.
Other people throwing around 6s, 8s. Wizard squad drops a 24. You know, Lestat is probably scripted to just always attack whatever unit the captain is in. And away he goes. Bonus for everyone.